Alright, welcome back to G&G Plays Kingdom Hearts. Funny story for you guys, while we were off camera, I was talking to Tav about this, and she thought that this was actually supposed to be Atlantis.
I was confused, because, you know, it was like Atlantica, and I was thinking, like, it should be Atlantis, right? But, silly me, silly me.
She actually didn't realize that this was the Little Mermaid.
Well, I was missing a few features.
Well, yes, indeed. We all know of that. But from what I've read, that was actually just... People were rushed. They just drew what they drew. Like, it didn't actually mean that that's what it was supposed to be.
I mean, now I would get it. You know, seeing the shell and the under the sea. Under the sea. Under the sea. Oh, my.
And again, we've got Donald's magic at work, helping us take a new form. We are a merman.
It looks like a dolphin man.
We got Squid Donald and Turtle Goofy.
Come on, Sebastian.
Ariel, wait! Slow down! Don't leave me behind!
Oh, relax, Sebastian. They don't look like one of them. Right, Flounder?
Donald's like, poor unfortunate souls.
Yeah, Donald's just angry.
What do you mean? They do seem a little different. Where are you from?
He's a shark.
We're from kind of
It's like you
far
live in
away.
one part of the sea. You can't
And
Ariel,
we're not really used
like
to these
you are forbidden
waters.
from like going 10 feet outside the kingdom. Like
I mean, unless he's like a...
unless there's only one part of the ocean that has mermaids in it.
Sebastian can show you how we swim around here.
Ariel! King Triton will not like this!
Well then,
Don't
why would you
worry.
blatantly disobey him? It's like you knew what this was, Sebastian. You chose to agree with this and just go along with it.
He must be a dolphin.
I'm not sure what the other half would actually
Because
be.
if he was a shark, his fins would be the other way. They'd be vertical
'cause, well, I
instead
mean,
of horizontal.
Yeah, I mean, that thing's coming right out the backside there.
So, like, in my mind, the only thing that could be was a dolphin. Or of that sort. Whale, even.
Yeah, I would say you're probably right there. I mean, another thing that will tell if he's a mermaid is if he's actually, if King Triton looks like him. When we get to that part,
Well,
if King Triton's got one of
mermen
these
don't
things-
have dorsal fins.
Well, it's funny you say that because King Triton, I think, brings that point up when we get to the castle.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty funny. King Triton is no fool. Like, he's actually pretty awesome in this game. They're just basically having you follow Flounder around to get used to swimming in this environment.
I see.
Good job!
Kind of like how Neverland, where we could fly around. We essentially are flying all of the time here, but we're just under the sea. Oh, we got some party poopers.
Every party has a pooper, that's why we invited you.
So we're gonna have to fight some Heartless.
Oh my gosh, they just left both of them out there.
Yeah, they just left us to die. Don't worry about us. We can take care of it, guys. It's not like we need backup or anything.
Or three of them, I guess. She's like, oh, what happened? I'm so slow somehow, even though I'm like the fastest swimmer ever. I love Ariel. She's really like my favorite. Of all of the Disney princesses, I think the one that I connected with the most was Ariel because I didn't understand this world either. And I was really young when Mom brought home the movie. And I kept asking her, I was begging her, I'm like, Mom, what is this?
And she just kept hiding it.
And of course, you know how like all the previews and
like
it's
5,
like
10
it's like
minutes of
10
previews before they're back on VHS.
VHS.
Some of you might not even know what that looks like.
It was like 5 minutes of some sort of like commercials for other films, and I was like, what is this one though? You know, and then by the time I got to it, I flipped out. I was like jumping and screaming and like freaking out, and Mom was just, it was so great.
I'm sure that was a great moment for
Yeah.
her. To be able to bring that home and get you that excited.
Mm-hmm. She loved to surprise us.
She did.
That was like her favorite thing. She, like during Christmas time, we were never allowed to pick up a present and shake it.
Yes, she would not be happy.
It could literally look exactly like what the object was, and we were not allowed to guess it. She would be upset.
Nope, and you just couldn't do that to me.
It could literally look like a fishing pole. You know it was a fishing pole. Everything about it was a fishing pole. And if you guessed fishing pole before you opened it, you could literally hold it in your hands. And if you guessed fishing pole before you unwrapped it,
You could hear her heart break.
yeah. Yeah.
Sadness.
Yeah, she would be devastated. She wanted you to be that surprised. And bless her, it was so much fun just to like make sure she was happy too when you opened the gifts. Because we were like, oh, I think I know what this is. But we could never say that because we wanted to make sure Mom had the joy of seeing our surprised face. Yeah. So like even though we probably knew what it was, we would always act surprised just to make sure that Mom was happy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
'Cause that's what you do. You gotta make it worth, you gotta create memories somehow. And you can't do it if you're not willing to compromise and just, even if you have to act surprised, it means the world to them.
Yeah, she told me a story a long time ago about, why it would make her feel bad. And it was because she had someone in her life that just always guessed what it was before they opened it. And she'd always be really like, oh, I wanted to surprise that person. Like, there's some about her that loves the surprise. So, in my mind, I thought, okay, no matter what, act surprised. And I would tell you boys, I would be like, you guys, I don't care if you know what it is. I don't care if it's not even wrapped. You be surprised when you open it.
Like, we got 3 separate presents and they were all socks and we were grateful.
Yeah. And you had to be like so surprised. Socks, it's so amazing. I will have warm feet.
Yeah, to be fair, I was never without undergarments or socks.
Or pants. She always gave us clothes.
Strange creatures lurk outside.
She gave us what we needed. Mm-hmm. Maybe not always what we wanted, but definitely always what we needed.
We would get VHSs, or we'd get, when it became new, DVDs.
Oh, we were special.
The coveted DVDs.
Oh man, that's standard definition.
Oh my gosh! And then we had a closet, a small closet underneath
the staircase,
and
hideaway. That's where we had like shelves and stuff, and that's where all the movies stayed.
Yeah, and I would sit there and alphabetize them.
Yeah, you would.
I would.
You'd actually found other parts of the house with dictionaries all around you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's why she's a historian. Like she's always done this stuff.
My idea of fun is a pile of encyclopedias and in-depth research. And you guys wanted to play video games. No one wanted to go outside.
I played outside plenty as a kid. Like, this stuff didn't come into being.
We had to. We didn't get this
stuff until we were much older. Like,
we lived in the woods.
Oh yeah, we were always like 15-20 minutes driving to town. Like, we didn't have like easy access to anything. We were in the country the whole
Currently,
time.
Mom and Dad live 20 minutes from town.
Yep, they do.
So we always had to find other ways to entertain ourselves. But I found, for me, it was the discovery of knowledge. I basically saw Indiana Jones and I was like, yeah, that makes sense. But can I be a girl?
Well, and then you saw The Mummy with Brendan Fraser.
And I realized that Evie was the one I wanted to be.
Yeah, I was like, I'm proud of what I am. I am, what's that?
I am a librarian. Like her conviction. Rachel Weisz, I love you. I think you're the most amazing. I have a picture that I drew of her.
Yep. In one of her art classes she drew, and it is very beautiful.
It's probably not perfect, but I would say she's my favorite character of all movies. I love The Mummy the most.
Yeah.
And then I love The Mummy 2.
The Mummy Returns. I never saw the third one because I did not.
I did.
After they replaced certain people,
if Rachel Weisz wasn't going to be in it, I wasn't watching it. I appreciate Brendan Fraser, but I honestly, without those two together,
they worked really well on screen together.
If they had replaced Rick, I would not have wanted to watch it either.
No, you got to keep your leads.
It's the dynamic between the two that made the Mummy series actually work. And then when it didn't work, they're like, "Oh, we should probably start over with Tom Cruise." And I was like, boring.
I think even Brendan Fraser tweeted about that. It's like, no need to do something that was perfect.
Well, he should have known better than to not have his Evie.
Yeah.
I don't know who the hell that woman was that they replaced her with. I don't care to know. In fact, I'm pretty sure she was a chick from some sort of bartending show.
I mean, she just kind of filled a role that was available. I mean, it's not.
She's not even British.
No, she was.
You can't fake that accent and be cute at the same time. You can be hoity-toity. haughty and pearl clutching, if you will, but you're not going to get the cuteness that a real British actress actually has with their own accent.
Yeah.
Just like you can't get the corn-fed, country American girl without actually having an American girl play that. I feel that there are some things that are too challenging to actually be. Like, you can fake an accent, and you can surprise me when all of a sudden I hear that you have an American accent. But there are some things that you can't fake, and that's the genuine cuteness that comes from the youth of that.
Yeah.
You must be a youth and understand that sort of innocence. And so that's where I think that some genuine, real, good acting came in with her. She just, she was obviously a cute girl when she was in school or something, and she would be like, stuttering and stuff, and she brought that to the table.
Yeah.
And that's what I thought was endearing about Evelyn. And that's why I think, with certain characters, like, you have to have had that girl charm when you were a girl.
Yeah, they really pull that off. You really
Yeah.
know.
It's not really a, it just comes down to, like, some things in Hollywood are so forced, and some things you can see are super genuine. And I love her as an actress, but one of the best roles that I ever saw her play was Edie. And Brendan Fraser, what a man, so gallant.
I was blown away by.
He was really giving me a lot of new Indiana Jones.
Like, yeah.
He fired on everything. It was beautiful.
Yeah, he did great. Like, he had the proper response.
He always had the best response. He was always like, oh my gosh, I love my wife, but she drives me crazy. It's beautiful. I loved their dynamic. It just was completely gone in the third one.
Yeah, I never saw that one.
It was as if that whole dynamic never existed. Brendan Fraser just was not able to capture that with the actress that replaced her. It couldn't be replacing, if anything. It's not replacing. It's downright like stepping on the old, and then like coming in and being like,
change that. Like,
be like somebody replacing Barbra Streisand. There's just some things you don't do.
True.
That's how pivotal in my mind. Like, she was the Barbra Streisand of that character. She was everything. The innocence and the strength. And I loved that back in the day scene when they played the whole Egyptian Anaxinamun and Evelyn as Nefertiri.
I'm actually not sure what her name was.
I think it was Nefertiri, because Nefertiti was an Egyptian queen. But I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm sure the audience knows. Remind us, because it's been a little while.
At the end of the day, we'll just have an archive of
Nefertari.
comments.
I think he called her Nefertari.
I'm not sure. Right now, I'm waiting for there should be a dolphin in this area right now, and I don't see a dolphin. I'm supposed to latch onto it and end up places. And I don't see that. This place can be a little confusing sometimes.
Yeah, it was Nefertari versus Anaxinamun.
I'm running around looking for a dolphin to hook onto. That'll take me upstream. Might take me a minute to find it.
Much like the dolphin that you are.
I guess so.
And that's what it looks like to me. I could be wrong.
I mean, I would say you probably got a good guess there.
clearly there's something like, it's like hurry up and go. It's like hurry up and go music.
Well, it's because there's enemies in the area. That's the battle theme for this world.
I think the Triton's pointing down.
Well, the Tritons are pointing you back to Atlantica.
Oh.
But it's not exactly Atlantica I need to get back to, I think. But somewhere along the way I do need to head over here. Later on I get a faster movement.
Gosh, I always wanted to swim like that. Just would have been so cool.
I mean, just to be able to breathe underwater, that would be a neat trick.
Yeah.
Okay. I know I saw a dolphin here. So I think I just need to hook onto him here, and then he'll take me where I want to go. Or he'll get me closer. Kill the big ones, and then 3 smaller ones show up. I guess it's 4.
Fire! Fire!
Magic, useful. Okay. Dolphin. I saw you. Where'd you go? There you are. Okay, come over here. Don't stray too far. Alright, come on. Can't move the camera. Better not just run me around this stupid area.
You're so stupid.
I think he is just going to take me around this little stupid area. Well, I think I needed to do that just to get him to follow me or something. Because usually he's out here because he has to take me upstream. Unless I'm forgetting something. I might be forgetting something.
Uh-oh.
This world always did confuse me, so...
It would be amazing to live in a world where you could just deal with caverns like that, you know?
I mean, just
I
to be...
could just swim down there, it's no big deal. In the center of it, you know?
It would be interesting to be able to explore the ocean bed like this.
Yeah.
Just completely unhindered by having to breathe and stuff.
And to be able to see under the ocean, because it's really dark down there.
Ah, yes. Sure, it's super obvious.
Especially to be able to go through those, like, riptides and, like, undercurrents and stuff.
He is here.
Yay!
Alright, I'm just gonna follow him until, like, he's enemies. Hey,
Don't lose him! Oh, wow, you have something.
Fire! See ya!
Nothing spawned. Come on. Just come on. Got it! Just before they spawned in. Ooh, I got lucky there.
That was close.
Alright, this one should take me where I want to go.
Take me to the river. Drop me in the water.
A sunken ship. This is a pretty cool place.
Where that big shark was, right?
Indeed. And I think we're gonna have a cameo from that shark. Ooh.
Woohoo. Shark.
What do you want? Come at me, bro. I'm ready.
Super looked like he just ate them. Tap tap.
Right, found what we were looking for. Something in Ariel's private quarters. Her grotto is what she calls it. There is a trident-shaped thing.
One of her thingamabobs.
She's got 20. That's a mithril.
We all know what that means.
Mithril is good metal.
It is. It is. Is that a real thing?
No. It's a fantasy metal.
Elven.
Just like adamantium. Alright. Now we've got a fight on our hands.
Fire!
Sushi! He's like, other people on my team, I need you to pull some weight.
Oh my gosh, this is so like crazy.
I just fought a shark.
Yay!
But he wakes up and he flees, but he drops some items. Oh, he's useful.
High potion. High indeed.
Indeed. Yeah, it goes high potion, and then X potion.
Uh-huh. Well, indeed.
Usually normal potions about 200 HP, high potion 1000 XP, all of it.
I love this music.
Yeah, it's fun music.
It just was so amazing. Like, I think this started my love of like the pirates and all that crazy stuff. You know, the Pirates of the Caribbean and everything
fun
that.
fact, this is the boat that Elsa and Anna's parents went down on, which is
that one.
I'm pretty sure this is what all the theories state. Is that this is the boat that they went down on.
It was down there a while by the time Ariel got there, which means she's quite younger.
Yeah.
Do you think it could be also an honest ancestor that was Eric?
I mean, port
Their
town,
descendant?
a port town,
Right?
on the sea.
On the sea?
You know, I never thought about that, but maybe.
Ooh, what if it was their grandson that was Eric?
Or just even their own child.
Yeah, even their own child, yeah.
You know? Because, yeah, you never do see, ooh. Oh, I don't have any magic. Oh, sorry, guys. Dude, that's actually a really cool theory. I never thought about that before. That makes me excited.
I'm sure someone has, but I don't know.
It's always the fun part about speculating, is you can go as wild as you want. And sometimes that's the funnest thing you can do.
I mean, what if, you know, Tarzan comes back, because he does eventually go back to his family.
Does he?
Doesn't he?
No, he stays on the island.
Does he?
Jane stays there with him. There was a whole TV series that they did, plus a second movie. They stay on the island.
Oh, they do?
Yep.
Do they have children? Those children
I
return
never saw,
to...
no. Yep. As far as I knew, they never had children. At least in Disney's depiction.
Well, he wouldn't be considered a prince anyway in that category, in that sense. But
Well, by birth
he is by birth, but it would be Elsa or Anna's children and grandchildren.
that would be in line for the throne.
Yeah. Unless they're suggesting that Ariel is alive at the very same time as these girls are.
Then you must be the
Possible, but I like our theory better.
Yeah.
How did you know?
But if it was Elsa and Anna's child or grandchild that met Ariel, who had found the wreckage, because it was very old. That wreckage was so easy to bust through. That means it wasn't just brand new. It was old. Old wood will crumble pretty fast.
Especially under the sea.
Yeah. Do we need to look at the concept of the portholes? What about the portholes? Those were a certain time period because certain boats didn't have such things, like Viking boats didn't have portholes.
No, they would have been structural weaknesses.
Right?
And I don't think they had really glass figured out yet.
Do we see any portholes in anything that Elsa and Anna has?
Not that I'm aware of.
Or maybe is that something that was newly developed, where they actually had below cabins, where they had portholes for viewing? I don't know. It's interesting. Anyone in in the comments below, I would love to know if anyone knows anything about ships and the way that they were built. I love architecture. That's one of the ways that I define history. But one of the things that could be really interesting is like, when were portholes invented? Because that's how Ariel got out of the shark situation, right?
That's right, yeah. Very tiny hole.
And then there was an anchor. When were the anchors developed that shape?
Because they definitely don't look like they used to.
No, we have vastly different anchors than we did back in the day.
Who called, my dear?
You're Ursula. Well, I was just wondering if...
It's all right. Helping others is what I live for.
It's what I do.
Yes, you wish to see other
Poor
worlds.
unfortunate
That
soul.
shouldn't be too hard.
In pain,
Oh,
in
your
need.
friends came from
This one longing to be thinner, that one wants to get the girl, and do I help them? Yes, indeed.
key.
Again, another thing we like to karaoke, for those of you keeping track.
Sweetie, you have something special too.
Huh?
Now listen carefully.
Ursula in this world is a little bit more dangerous because she has the Heartless at her side.
Mm-hmm.
But I really don't think that any of these villains actually know what happens if the Heartless make it to the heart of the war.
I mean, I
feel
think
like they're missing that part of information.
I think in their mind. So, like, if you look at things from a villain perspective, let's look at what it actually is. It's like it's a control of territory, right? I mean, if we were to say like one section is good, one section is bad, what does it mean? It means that one person has the ability to write history, saying that we were the good guys and these guys were the bad guys, and we triumphed. Right.
History is told by the winners.
But here's the thing, like, so if you look at history from the American versus European perspective, like, we were the winners in the American Revolution versus England was the losers. Right? So how would they write that history? The colonies and such. Well, you know, blah, 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 and blah, 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 and such. You know, the colonies. I mean, they would always just, like, refer to us as some sort of, like, secondary class citizens. However, as time progressed and we inserted ourselves into the aristocracy, because quite a few Americans who were self-made became very rich, then they started doing the same thing that the noble people of the European descent did, which is barter off their children for alliances.
Yes, we had a deal, didn't we?
We haven't done that in a long time. At least as far as I know, people haven't done that in a long time.
To the
I'm sure it's still probably practiced somewhere.
Not in Western society, it
Not
certainly
Western,
isn't.
no.
It's all about consensual marriages and such.
What?
But when you look at, you know,
Why,
so many feudal
we have company.
histories, you see a lot of, like, I'm gonna, you know, offer my daughter up for your son, and we'll be allies.
Well, that's how kingdoms and stuff of the old days forged alliances.
It is, yeah.
Because it's like once you've got that shared blood, it's like
Well, that's one way, but the other way was, like, say, the Egyptians in the Ptolemaic society after Alexander the Great had actually conquered the Mesopotamian and the Egyptian area, namely Alexandria, etc. When he died unexpectedly, he had no descendants to take his throne, and so he was able to actually, they divvied it up amongst his generals. One of those was Ptolemy, who was the etc. great-grandfather of Cleopatra. That's why she was very Greek-looking, because that was her descendancy, and also because they decided in that dynasty that it was very important to keep it in the sibling. Bleh. Ew. It is what it is. You know, but yes, they were like, no, to keep it in the line of this and that and screw any other diplomatic unions, we will keep it amongst our children's 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 children. And I'm like, good. Oh. Wow. Goddess help me. Why? Like,
got that.
Now, mind you, that was a deity and a religion at that time.
Yeah.
So you can see how other religions were like, we're so much better. We offer choices. You have to actually say, I do, in the ceremony, etc.
Yeah.
So you can see how other situations lent to something that might be more interesting, different.
And that's what a lot of people were always looking for, was to be different, to have
Yeah.
that individualism. That's what people usually crave.
In the end, isn't it all about individualism? To get thyself known amongst the people?
Yeah. Like, no one wants to be forgotten to history,
Right, absolutely.
you know?
I mean, these are people that we actually constantly talk about. These people really made a mark in their time. It's quite fascinating. I love ancient history. Is really something I've always been very fascinated by. So were the founding fathers. All of that, you know, is really where we kind of stem from in our culture.
Well, everything started there, so, you know. And those enemies just keep spawning.
See ya.
Finally got it. Good job.
Alright. Now I can grab the stupid dolphin who can get me where I need to go. I just hope I didn't have to talk to Sebastian first. I just hope he's with me.
You know, I was thinking back on the conversation we had about, like, you know, going to theater and everything. One of the things I'd love to do is take you down to Southern Oregon to the Shakespearean Festival,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I would actually love to go see that.
It was one of the best experiences I've ever had. So much fun.
Yeah, maybe put on a movie show.
Something like that would be amazing to get a review after.
Yeah, I think that would actually be a lot of fun. That's like I said, like, I love live performances.
I wonder if our audience would be interested in seeing something. If we go to a play, we wouldn't record it, of course. We
Oh,
would,
no,
we would never
no.
disrespect the people who actually work all their hours and everything they have into those nightly powerful performances. I would
It's like,
never
I mean,
want
I
to
would-
rob
I would-
anyone
I
of
would
seeing
always
that.
say
No,
that
no,
you
no,
should
no.
Definitely go in person to see him. Like, one of my
You
favorite-
have to. You
because,
have
like,
to.
I mean, you expect these shows to be perfect, and it's like a lot of the time there's.
I
always gonna
prefer
be
the
mess-ups.
imperfection.
Well, it's
I
like-
enjoy some
yeah,
of the
they're
little
really-
quirks that come out, and that's not quite the
It's
same.
like literally one of my favorite performances. I was watching A Midsummer Night's Dream that my
Oh.
buddy Travis was in.
Yes, yes.
And one of his horn, he was playing Puck, who has the horns and stuff. And one of his horns.
I was Fairy One back in my day. Fairy One.
That's
Who
right.
worked with Puck, by the way. I
Yeah.
totally
And,
know the scenes. It's great.
And one of his horns came off. And I mean, they just had to roll with it. And just, you know, for laughs and stuff, he came back out and it was just duct taped to his head, you know? They just rolled with it, you know, and everyone had a great time, you know? Like, you really, like,
I love it. I
was
love it.
hilarious. Like, it was literally one of the best things I ever saw, you know? You really just have to appreciate the imperfections and stuff, because it's like, that's where you're going to get some of the most, just the best memories, you know? They'll stand
Does he have a
out.
Twitter handle?
He does, but I don't know what it is.
Oh, it's okay. So what we're gonna do, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna link down below. We need to get people to identify with Travis. Yeah, he's great. No, he's amazing. Everyone needs to see him. He's so funny. I have the opportunity to see him like with family, so to me, he's just a gem, and he always has some great commentary. We've gone camping with him.
Yep.
He's like part of our family. So we will link down below Travis's Twitter handle so that people can start to get to know him. He is working in theater, doing so many things. What's he doing now?
I'm actually not sure what he's up to right now. But
Let us know. Let us know, you guys. I mean, we want to keep in connection with everyone that we know, everyone we've grown up with. If we have missed somebody, and I know Christopher only is having a moment here because he's playing a game and he's
yeah,
not
it's hard
able
it's
to
hard
like think about.
a bunch of stuff. trying to play the game. So
Travis, we love you. We want you to know that we are always thinking about you.
come visit soon.
We want you here. We would love to have you on our show. We would love to have him actually come and join us. That would be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think it would be fun.
Yeah. Again, Travis, you're part of our family, so we want you to know we love you, we support you, we want to give you every opportunity to come visit us, come to our show, and also let us know what you're doing. And for everyone else, it's important that you support your local theater. I think that's really the key here. The people that are out and doing this kind of stuff, and then they go on to create animation like this, and then they work on the scripts to do something like this. These are the people that are really creating our content every day.
Exactly.
They really are the real heroes here.
They really are. It's like, it's hard to do live performance stuff. It's like, I still don't like getting in front of groups and giving presentations. Like, unless it's on something I'm actually passionate about.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if someone just gives me a talk that I have to talk about, it's like, chances are I don't really care about the topic, so it's like, I'm not really going to perform at my best. But it's like, hit me up on a topic that I know.
Well, I would say that you do care about the topic, but you're not sure how to properly
I care about
express
it in
yourself.
the capacity that I need to give
In this day and age, it's really a challenge, and all of you know that in this day and age, it's really a challenge to articulate what you mean versus the things we say. We always try really hard to say what we mean, but we're human, we're fallible. So
communication is key with our with just other people. Communication is the key to everything.
It's so important that you guys know that we're here for you. If you're having troubles, if you're having issues, anything like that, let us know. We care about you. We want you to know that we're here, we're fallible, we're human too, and it matters a lot to us what our audience is going through. So it's really important that
but one thing to also note is, like, we are not a substitute for professional help.
and yes, to be completely transparent.
We
yes,
are no doctor. Like, we have no authority whatsoever in this field.
we're here for ideas, we're here for encouragement.
We're here to have a good time.
We are not in place of medical professionals, so please, if you have something serious,
It's like, there's nothing wrong with getting help.
absolutely not. No.
It's like, in this day and age, it is very much encouraged.
Technical moment. We are fixing that and still going strong. Okay.
It's like our TV has a built-in timer on it, but after a while, it just says, like, "Are you still there?" It's like, you can't detect that something is going in here, and so you have to give it an input.
Oh, she is so amazing. The voice actress for this character is seriously my hero. She's incredible. She's amazing.
It's like that'll be our extra special link in the description, is a video of her doing a live performance where she's just on stage just reading a different script, and they just gave her some words to say, and she did it in Ursula's voice, and it was amazing. So we'll add that in the description.
Yes, we will.
Because everyone should see and appreciate that, because not everyone can just do that.
And I have to say, shout out to the classic people who are creating the most wonderful content for our imaginations as children, now going into adulthood. These people really shaped our lives, and we have to say thank you. Every single voice actor, I mean, from, let's say, today back, but mostly the 90s and to 2010 and back. It was
really kind of an underappreciated role.
Yeah, you all really made our lives so worthy and amazing, and we really want to put a shout out for you guys. The actor who plays Batman,
Kevin Conroy?
oh my gosh, wow. I can never hear Batman without your voice. Everything
We
is
grew up
about
with
you.
We have nothing but respect for you and your
We
ability.
have to show respect to that. I mean, so much respect is put out to the physical actors, but we have to say the voice actors really brought us up as children.
Literally, the Batman the animated series, you know.
Mark
and,
Hamill, we have to say.
like, this is
Oh
what
my
we
gosh,
grew up
Mark
on.
Hamill, your Joker is everything to me. I have nothing without you. I loved, Star Wars, and I loved seeing you as a young lad. A young, handsome lad, I must say. I definitely always thought of you as very handsome. That chiseled jaw of yours. But then when you also raised me as Joker in such a dark way,
And
I realized
she didn't even know that you did Joker.
I was such a dark light child. I thought, oh wow, I'm both. And it's your amazing voice that just made me love
You
that
brought the
character.
to life. Like, you really brought out the personality in that character, and not many people could do that. Like, you are amazing.
I have to say, yes, Mark Hamill, you are my hero. I love you. I
Conroy
absolutely.
also
Kevin
amazing.
Conroy, oh my gosh, your Batman is the only Batman. If we could just.
If only we could get your voice into an AI.
Oh
But
my.
I think that Batman's just talking to me all the time. Like, I would just gotta figure out how to get your voice recorded to just make it happen.
Yeah, and you know what? I want to
Which
say
I
a
think
good
we probably
shout
have
out
enough
to the current
recordings.
on TV's Gotham. The gentleman. Let me get your name.
Oh, about that.
There's a
Sorry for lying to you. It's okay. Besides, if you can travel to other worlds, maybe I can too.
Man, she's in for a
So
disappointing
many
day.
places I want to see.
We have a special
I
ship that
know
gets
I'll
us
get there
places.
someday.
You're stuck here. Sorry.
I'll find a way, somehow. I'm sure of it.
You just gotta believe.
Well, if you find it, do me a favor and leave me out of it.
Good old Sebastian. Always good for a laugh. Well, we have finished Atlantica, which is nice because this place is really hard to navigate. Like, I actually have no problem controlling the character and getting around. That ain't the problem. It's that the area is kind of a maze. Like, this is worse than Monster World. It's just hard to figure out where to go sometimes.
Yes. Sean Pertwee. So far, I have to say, you are my favorite Alfred.
I don't think I've actually seen much of Gotham. I don't think I've actually seen any of it.
Well,
that
I'm a
still
big
is.
fan of Gotham, and I have to say that Miss.
Why it's starting aimed at the door? That's stupid. Talking to Sid here, getting that new navigational gumi installed, or gummy. I learned that word is gumi. I can't stop saying it.
So we have Cameron Bykondova, which I think is an incredible young version of Selena Kyle.
Yeah, Catwoman's always been a very interesting
just
character.
remember what
That
Mom
on again, off
said to you.
again kind of girlfriend of Batman.
I just always thought she was really the best woman for him.
How can you be so
Truly.
cheerful? There's still no sign of your king.
Well, and then there's Talia al
Aren't you
Ghul,
worried?
who he actually had a child with. Yeah, Damian Wayne.
The king told us to
That's,
go out and
that's
find
Batman's
the key
child.
bearer, and we found you. So
Well,
as
after
long as
seeing,
we stick together, it'll
what is
all
it,
work out okay.
Legends
just
of
gotta
Tomorrow.
believe in yourself,
Those Al
that's all.
Ghouls, they're pretty sexy.
Just believe. I believe.
You have to be very careful. Those charms run deep.
Yeah, they do.
I do believe Talia in the early episodes of Arrow was played by a French woman. Okay.
So we're having an out-of-body experience here. We are, for some reason, seeing what looks to be Kyrie talking to what appears to be her grandmother. No reason or rhyme or reason why we're seeing this. We're just seeing it right now.
That's a bit random.
It is a bit random. Surely it will be explained later. Again, another scene that's not voice acted with this kind of writing where you can't like click through it. You gotta actually let it scroll on its own. I'm curious as to why they didn't voice act these scenes.
Right? Seems rather weird. Maybe they were just like, well, we hadn't quite fixed them, written them, or figured out the various
Or they maybe
ways
just
to
wanted
go
move
yet.
the story kind of quick and be able to kind of cinematically move the camera however they want it through the scene.
You mean the slow pan to the right?
They're drifting lazy to the left. Go left, left!
I mean the crazy slow pan to the right.
That is, I mean, the picture's moving, so you're slightly entertained by it, so you're willing to just kind of go with it, and you usually spend your time really concentrated on the words that people are saying here. I mean, they're really talking about, like, the battle between dark and light here. And, like, showing how, like, even in the darkest of darknesses, like, there's always light somewhere. You just gotta find it.
I mean, that's true.
Or it has that Disney approach to it. Which...
I mean, that's what we want.
Yeah, that is
we
what
we want that good approach, right?
Exactly, that hope.
What's the matter?
Hope's so important.
Indeed.
So
nothing.
important.
Kyrie? Did you call me?
So perhaps beyond the grave, Kyrie's soul is reaching out to Sora somehow. Sid's back. We've got the navigational gummy installed. And we're going to a place that is swarming in Heartless.
Transform G.
Yeah, that actually is a neat item. It allows us to change ships mid-flight. So we hook it up and then we pair it with another ship. So depending on our circumstance, if we need more gun, we shift to a gun ship. If we need more defense, we turn to a defense ship. So, like, pretty important stuff. So this is actually a new house here. This shows up right after we're done with Monstro. This is Geppetto's place.
Geppetto.
And they're happy to see me.
I would say so. You let them out the whale.
Yep, and they get here and they're like, they met up with Leon, who's another one of our BFFs.
Sweet.
Like, they've really, yeah, they just got helped because they knew us. We have connections tab.
We finally have connections.
Geppetto, you are a lucky man to have crossed our path. We're gonna loot the house a little bit. We get a keyblade called the Wishing Star. We get a postcard. We've been picking up a lot of postcards. We're actually gonna go and check those out, what we get from those. We're gonna go to the post office, or at least the post box that talks. Same difference, right? I mean, this one has a hat on it. I think we can trust it. And it says mail in a box, and it's got a tongue. First postcard. We got a cottage tab. Cottage.
A whole cottage? Oh my gosh, does it have a life of its own like many of the Disney cottages?
It might. Who knows? I mean, it's something we sleep. Where it's cottage, we get a good night's rest.
Mega Ether, Mithril, and Elixir.
Now, if we can find the other card or the other postcards, then we can get all the items. There's 10 of them total. I do know there is a Trinity thing over here, so we're going to activate that. This will be funny. And that's how you brute force, kids. Got a hidden treasure chest back here. We found 4, 5, and 6 of the puppies. We should go turn the puppies in. Oh wait, there's chests over here.
We must find the puppies. Puppies!
Potion.
Ah, not puppies.
And now a sad
Note to self. Buy up Earth's atmosphere and charge user fee. Puppies!
Working our way through the house once we get to the main room.
There was a puppy right behind that little desk. Did you see that?
Dude, there's puppies. Like, as you get
They're
older,
everywhere.
they start showing up. Like, when you actually bring the puppies home, they actually start appearing everywhere.
I mean, if you could imagine, 101, my goodness.
Like, even rich people are like, that's too much money to spend on dog food. And, like...
Anything.
If any of them get sick, it'll spread to, like, I mean, this is a vet's nightmare. Like... Hey guys, who's ready for an all-nighter with 101 Dalmatians? Thundara G. I think that is a good weapon
Ooh.
to add to our ship. So we've got the navigational GUMI installed, so that's super awesome. We're gonna make our way out of town here. It's a bit of a trek to get out of here. Moogle!
Those things.
Let's see. Alright, let's head to the new world.
A new one?
Yeah.
We've made it through. That was a long little kind of stint. That was pretty good though.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot of worlds in this game.
Wow.
What's sad is they lost the licensing for Tarzan after this, so they couldn't reuse it, so he's not in 2. And I'm not
No!
exactly sure why. So we've got a new planet over here, so we're gonna warp to Neverland.
This is exciting.
Like we're getting close to the end, guys. Like we've fought many hard battles.
Yes.
We have met very unique characters along the way.
Big Ben?
Good old Big
With
Ben.
the ship? Is this Peter Pan again?
Well, this is Peter. Well, I mean, this is a checkpoint essentially.
Oh, I see.
But for now, we're gonna call it quits. So we'll see you guys next time, and which we will go to this new mysterious world.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys did like this video, be sure to like and subscribe. We appreciate it. Every little bit helps.
And don't forget to comment down below all the things that we mentioned during the show and the things that you want to ask us about. We would love to get your feedback and hope that you come back again.
See you guys next time. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, visit gamer.gamer.com and support us through Patreon. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you next time.